What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. We are live here for the live eviction. The final five will go down to the final four. Who will be the fifth member of the jury? We're going to find out tonight. Not only will we see an eviction, we have a veto competition and a veto ceremony to go over. BB Comics. We'll see that all play out tonight. Woo! We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. It is the end game now. How are all of you guys doing up in chat? If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, if you're having fun in this stream, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. How's everybody up in chat? How you guys doing? Who do we all gotten up in here? Let me make my chat bigger so I can actually see what is being written here. Who do we got? I see Shelby, I see 80 Fisher and Jackie and Taylor and Stephanie and Stin. What up, buddy? Ori Schemes. Ooh, I like that. Otter, Michelle. Who else do we got? XDG, Jay, Lori, Brienne. Who else do we got up in here? Tons of people. Susan. How are you guys? If I missed you, I'm sorry, but welcome on in. Laura, how you going? Jory, yes, Ren. Ren? I don't know which one. I apologize. We get the jury house. We're gonna get a peek at Quinn, T-Core, Leah, and Angela, which will also be nice to just kind of get a little bit of an insight on where their heads are at now. Because when you're in the house, how you feel about the game can be completely different once you walk out that doors and you're in that house now and you're talking to all the other evicted people. You're sharing all the little whispers and tea that you have that can go to each person. Completely can change how you view the game. We got Jackie coming on in. Jackie hitting that sub button. You might not have known this, but when you hit that subscribe button, we now have a secret alliance. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Jackie, real quick, I gotta go talk to somebody else. Deanna hitting that sub button. Guess what, Deanna? We now have a secret alliance. You might hear some rumors about other secret alliances I have, but trust me and you, Deanna, we're going to the final two. Give me a second. I gotta go run talk to Sarah real quick. Sarah, hitting that sub button. Listen, I promise you, you might hear things, and it's gonna sound real. But let me ask you something, Sarah. How do you feel about Legs Boatworth? Boatwright. How do you feel about Legs Boatwright? I feel like we could trust Legs Boatwright. Sarah, me, you, Legs Boatwright. Let's be a final three. Let's lock that in. Also, what do you think about Kevin? Kevin's a good guy. Why don't we bring Kevin in and make a final four? The four of us will run this game. Don't believe anything else you hear, though. Don't believe anything else you hear. Now, if you guys excuse me real quick, I gotta go talk to Linda. Linda, how are you? Guess what, Linda? You might not have known this, but when you hit that sub button, we now have a secret alliance. I know you've heard rumors. I'm sure you've heard the rumors, Linda, but I promise you, me and you, we're going to the final two. Now, if you give me a second, I got to go talk to Mario. Mario hit that sub button. I swear you guys do this to me every time. Mario hitting that sub button. We now have a secret alliance. But you can't tell anybody. If you tell anybody, you're gonna blow up my game, Mario. So please don't let it be known. Real quick, what do you think about Supreme? Supreme Lenny? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Supreme, me, you, Mario. And what do you think about Manivision? How about the four of us run the table and go all the way to the end? I promise. There's no other alliances. It's just me and you guys, and we're going to the finals. Let me go talk to Mikey real quick, guys. Hey, Mikey! Mikey, hit that sub button. Thank you so much. We now have a secret alliance. Shh. Don't tell anybody, though. You may have heard rumors about like 15K secret alliances that I have. It's not true. Nobody can have 15,000 secret alliances, guys. Be real. Nobody can keep that straight. Nobody would be able to tell who all 15 secret alliances apart and be able to remember each one. You're crazy. That would never happen. It's just me and you. We're going to the final two. That is it. There's no secrets. Let's see. Let's catch up with chat. Tommy, what's up? How you guys doing? Or you should play BB on Roblox. You know, I've actually done that before. A couple of times. I did the BB version, and then I've also played the Survivor version as well. I'm pretty bad. The show's starting, though. Let me give you guys a sync up.
Up on the block, and a special 2-hour live eviction episode that will determine the final
2 hours.
Welcome to Big Brother.
Julie, welcome us on to the 2-hour episode. We'll see Veto take place. We'll see an eviction take place. And we'll find out who is in our final 4 as we head on into the end game here. Tyler would be proud of all these final 2s. Thank you, Carly. Let's see. So ready for 2 hours of Big Brother. Me too, sunshine. Losers at war. I mean, listen, it might have been Big Brother Losers at War, but also it's been super fun. Big Brother Losers at War is fun. Survivor Losers at War, not as fun. Not as fun. Eviction time. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go. Let's see where we at. A jean jacket, really, Julie? Wasn't there anything else in your closet? I think it's a vibe. Jean jackets are coming back. I think they're coming back. It's all about having the confidence to rock the jean jacket. That's what you need. I mean, I had the confidence to rock a jean jacket when I was like 5. But after that, things changed a little bit. Tyler coming on in, hitting that sub button. I appreciate it. We now have a secret alliance. Don't tell anybody. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Shelby, I can watch this week. I can watch this week 5. I guess you're saying I can't watch this week 5. I'm so excited. Last week was crazy with the hurricanes. Thankfully, where I am, it's okay, but everyone else around me, a lot of people lost their homes. Oh no, Shelby. I've seen some of this stuff. I think like North Carolina got hit like really bad. I saw videos where like volunteer helicopter pilots were having to go and do like supply drop-offs to people's homes, like up in the mountains. It was insane. Some of the places where roads used to be are just rivers now. Like it's a mess. And yeah, hopefully everyone is safe and you know, has everything they need and they'll be okay. But I know there's a lot of people out there who are not in that position. So big thoughts and prayers to all the people being affected by that right now, because that is some of the stuff I've seen is apocalyptic. Like I can't think of a better word to describe some of the stuff I've seen. It's crazy. Julie's welcoming us back here. Hopefully this can be a distraction for a lot of people who might be having that kind of thing going on. 10 days left, right? It's crazy. Angela said another twist is coming. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know, guys. Listen, I think Julie's rocking that jean jacket. I think she's got it going on right now. I think it looks pretty cool. And maybe that's just me. It's very 90s, but I love it. Wonder how the cake was. While out for a film project today, I heard that some universities closed down their soccer season because of the hurricane. Damn. Yeah, there's a lot of people in some rough shape because of that. It hit like places where I don't think it normally hits. And they got really messed up by it. Julie's jacket cost $250. It's like, I could have got one of those for $5 at the thrift store, baby. Like, you could have got one that's like legit. What is this coming on in? Bobby Cox coming in says, hello, Ori B. Big Brother fan since BB10. What a great season. Hope right person wins HOH, even though Mackenzie has to watch. She'll need to focus on Veto. That's all. 100%, because HOH is nice to win in Final Four, but it's all about the Veto. The Veto has all the power. Whoever wins the Veto is the sole vote. They decide pretty much who the nominees are going to be by saving themselves. So yeah, MJ's big thing will be to need to win the Veto. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know who I want to win HOH. Do I want Kimo? Do I want Kimo to win HOH? Is that what I want? I don't know. Still getting the fallout here from the nominations, but obviously not that bad, because Rubina just goes and scares Chelsea right after it takes place. Bobby, thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate it. Just kind of catching us up with Kimo and Rubina accepting their fate pretty much this week. Kimo will win HOH if it's a luau eating contest. What's that like? It's not like a yogurt or like I think it's like a pudding. Like poi or something. I've always wanted to try poi. I think it was in like a cartoon once, like that was in Hawaii, and I was like, "Yo, Hawaii, what's this poi stuff? It looks delicious." But I don't know if it's any good. I've never been to Hawaii. Who can slurp the ramen the loudest? You know what? I don't always, pat myself on the back, but when they were talking about gifs of him being eating food and stuff like that, being all over the internet, and then I mentioned it in the update, and somebody was like, "Oh, I think he's known for more than that." And then literally the next episode is an entire segment about him eating. I was like, Mark 1 for Ori. That is. Hopefully these Detroit Pistons can turn this season around. The season just started. It hasn't even started, right? It's just really getting started. They got time. Obviously, I root for the Sixers, but I gotta say, there's a lot of Eagles fans on the New York Knicks right now. There's a very large proportion of that team who are Eagles fans, and I mean, if I was going to root for anybody else, it pains me, but I can root for those guys. Those guys are my brothers. They bleed green just like me, so they may wear blue, white, and orange, right? That's the Knicks. They may wear that, but they bleed green. I might have to, let them feel it. Let them feel that love. Have you borrowed my sister's, even though I'm on Paramount Plus? Paramount Plus is weird this year. Oh my god, this was so long ago. They're showing the tortilla slap thing. This was like weeks ago, I think. This was full on weeks ago. They're desperate for coverage. Lots of filler this season, or at least this episode. What was I going to say? Oh, Paramount Plus. I actually, this year was the first year I could have done it. I got accepted to the Paramount Plus affiliate program. So if I would have pushed it, I had a link where you could sign up, purchase Paramount Plus. Like I would get like a little kickback from that, help out Ori a little bit, right? But to be perfectly honest, when they cut the flashbacks and the rewind, and then when I experienced what the feeds were like on Paramount Plus, the quality, the video quality is awful. I didn't feel comfortable pushing that to you guys. Whereas, like, I know plenty of you probably signed up for Paramount Plus anyway, and I probably could have, you know, maybe got a little something from it. I didn't feel right doing it because I didn't believe that the quality of Paramount Plus was worth buying. If you wanted to experience the feeds this year, you could have got Pluto TV, which is free. You log on there. There's 4 cameras. You can watch all of it. There were ads every so often, but the video quality was way better. The streaming quality was way better, and you didn't have to pay for it. So yeah, I just didn't feel right even advertising that I even had a link. I was like, why? What are they chatting about? I don't know. I didn't miss what they were chatting about on the episode. Missed it. Ooh, Eagles play Panthers this year? Well, that's a dub. I don't know. They got the Red Rocket now. The Red Rocket's at QB. Maybe I should slow back a little bit. It's not young anymore back there. Oof. That could be a little tougher than I thought. It's tough because I think what they're doing right now is they're trying to push the idea that Rubina kind of shot herself in the foot, which I don't necessarily think is accurate, right? Like, yeah, Rubina did go to MJ and try and push Cam and Chelsea a little bit, but I mean, what else was she gonna do, right? She had to. She couldn't. It's Final 5. Come on, what are we talking about here? Like, you gotta do that, right? Really, what's turned the tide with this vote, and I'm assuming maybe they'll show it afterwards, was actually Cam. Oh god, they're apparently they're sleeping. They're doing the fake sleep thing. Guys, I think Julie's rocking the jean jacket. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a good fit for her. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh god, they're all doing the fake sleep thing. That's that's what it is. But yeah, really what had pushed the vote this week was Cam being like, actually, you know what? I think Rubina going is probably best for my game. So why don't I push that? And I have a little bit of a theory, and I cannot confirm this theory because I haven't paid attention enough. It just kind of hit me. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is what's actually happening. Because every so often I go, man, Cam knows what he's talking about. Cam will be in a conversation, and he'll say something along the lines like of, you know, for example, with the whole Kimo Rubina thing, he'll just bring up the idea that Kimo might take a shot at, or might take the shot at MJ, whereas Rubina would take the shot at Cam and Chelsea. And that's not only just a risk that she would end up leaving, but also more than likely would end up being Cam leaving. And Cam and Chelsea both being there is best for Cam and Chelsea to both make it to the final 2, right? If they can both get to the final 3, that's, you know, really good chances for them to go. And he made that point to Chelsea, and it was like, yeah, actually, you know what? For his game especially, right? He's pushing this agenda in a way that not only shows, yeah, it's good for him, but it's good for Chelsea as well if this happens. But then, like, for 99% of the game, usually he's doing nothing. And my little bit of a theory, and like, I know sometimes we talk about like, oh, like productions, talking to him in the DR or whatever. I think what happens is, I think Cam will go to the DR and they'll do the normal like production stuff where they say like, oh, like, what do you think about this week? Who do you think, you know, benefits you the most in the game? What about Rubina? And I think just by the questions they ask him in the diary room, it like clicks for like maybe like 5 minutes. So I have to start paying attention when Cam says these things that I'm like, oh, actually, that's pretty smart. Is it because he just came out from the diary room? Because here's the thing. I don't pay attention enough. Like, if they go to the diary room a lot or they're in there for a long time, I'll take note. But if they get called to the diary room so often, I never really pay attention to it unless it's like, oh, this is a thing I should note, right? This is good. They're using the reactions of the Big Brother cast. That's a good promo. Not only is that a good promo, I think here's just a speculation for myself. The new owners of Paramount Plus, I think, are the people pushing ideas like that, because they never really had done that kind of a thing before, and they actually let us watch it on feeds. This is good intermingling of their programming. Julie's welcoming us back. I'll give you guys a little sync up.
Continue.
As there's like nothing to sync.
What? What's wrong?
I was thinking today, and love Cam. Love him.
Oh, they are showing the little bit of the doubt with Chelsea and MJ. Listen, guys, they berated Cam for like 2 straight days. They went in on him so hard for not pulling his weight. It's the other reason why I think maybe Cam decided, hey, you know what? Keeping Kimo around is probably a good idea for me. I think he got so much hell for how terrible he's doing in this game that he went, actually, you know what? I think I need Kimo around. He's like, I need to make a move here. Yep, BB comic time. Which we saw a preview of on this morning's update. Now I don't even remember when I did it. I think it was this morning's update. We saw a preview of the comics. Not the best this year. Comic Comp and The Wall are by far the best the best comps. I'm still always a big fan of Pressure Cooker. I think that's always a lot of fun. Hide and Go Veto. What else is a really good comp? Trying to think. Obviously, Wall and BB Comics are up there. Otev, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Otev. Like, I think, like, the meta's kind of known, right? Like, and this year it really sucked because they were just bad. Cam should do well this comp. Oh, Jay, do I have some sad news from you? Do I have some sad news for you? What else do we got here? Let's see how she plays BB Comics. I still think he's lazy. How Cam plays. I had heard that he was taking breaks. That is what I had heard. That like he would like stop for a minute. He also said like he had pretty much everything right, but like one thing wrong or like the placement wrong or something. And I don't know. I don't think the comics were terrible this year. I also don't think they knocked it out of the park. There was a few good ones, few kind of lazy ones, I'd say. Kimo's getting a start on his comic run.
This is so high. I am terrified of heights. I really am a superhero today.
He didn't get like any push off either, which is good. You want to try and go as slow on that zip line as you can so you get the most amount of time looking at the comics as opposed to like flying down that zip line. Kimo apparently thinks with the lava he's so hot. I just want to know what's going on with his hand, man. It's just like a glowing red hole, and I don't know how I feel about it. It makes me feel awkward. There's something off about it. Also, yes, Kenny being the Hawktua hot dog also gives me weird feelings. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little suspect. Oh my god, Lisa's comic. Oh my god, that thing is brutal. Oh, they did Lisa so dirty. Like, it's really bad. Oh, that is a tiny little difference. Just a trash can in the background. That's a nice one. Hide your pastrami? I thought it was hide your salami. Hide your pastrami. I liked the design of Joseph's comic. It was like kind of like the most like out there kind of fun design. I just don't know if it fit him as much. I get the whole rewind and the VCR thing is part of it too. But I don't know if it necessarily fit him. I guess with like going back to the Dr. Will stuff, you know, that was a nice little touch. But oh man, freaking Lisa's comic. Lisa's comic is brutal. It's the feet, the hands, the forehead. It is they really did a job on her. Lisa's comic is my new sleep paralysis demon. Joseph should have been his 10. Don't feed her after midnight. Glitter bomb done dirty. Oh, so brutal. So brutal. All right, Kimo thinks like he's got it figured out, and he does. Took him a long time, though, man. Let me tell you, that was... He feels like he did well, but I'm telling you, I don't know about that one. Please don't wish us to see the Spiz monster. Oh my god. See now, that's a comic. That's a comic. That would have been a comic. Imagine Lisa won the AI Arena week 2. We only get like a week of fun of Angela. Oh my god, Xander, you're so right. You're so right. Lisa was something else on her own, but she was no Angela. She was no Angela. None at all. Welcome on in, Jessica. No worries, you're late. We're just in the middle of BB Comics right now. MJ's doing her run. Haven't missed much. We still got the veto ceremony and the eviction to go through. It's a 2-hour episode. We got some time here. Mackenzie is a big fan of her sexy robot. She digs it. She likes it. MJ crushing it like she does, making sure she's got all the comics laid out next to each other so she can compare them. Here we got T-Core. The way she remembered that is great. She's like, I've noticed in T-Cores, she captured a man that looks exactly like my father. And that is noticeable to me, that he's on the left side or the right side. That's funny. He's like, yeah, T-Core caught my dad, but on this one, he's here. That's the real one. Ooh, that's a tiny little difference on Quinn's too, just pink and yellow for the lettering. This would definitely be a comp that you wouldn't want to be colorblind for. I know of at least one Big Brother player on BB Canada who's colorblind. I wonder how many other Big Brother players have ever been colorblind. I've never really heard it mentioned or brought up in the house before. But yeah, you'd be at a severe disadvantage in something like this. Just because of the way like some colors like pop out more and don't. If you had issues with that, this would not be the comp for you. I think I need to go back. I think I need to go back and clip that. She was riding on the zip line and she goes, "No balls." That was just no balls. Quinn looks like Carrie White's mom. They're all gonna laugh at you. There's good old Matt. I didn't mind Matt's, but I think I kind of nailed it when I said it's Jerry Seinfeld meets Anthony Bourdain. But if they were doing a Michael Jackson music video. There's a weird blend of all three of them in there. MJ is the best comp beast. She's really been crushing it. She stepped it up. She won how many AIs did she win? Did she win 2 AI arenas? I'm trying to remember. But she won a lot of must-win competitions. She was like way on the outs at the start of the game, only to kind of build herself up into being what people thought was a number for their side. She's gotten a little misted because she finally got accepted. And also, this is why I told you guys early in the season too, when you see those people who are on the outs, those people who aren't being included in the conversations, become best friends with those people, right? If you are in the game and you're able to give the people on the outs a home, if you're able to give the outsiders that place where they feel comfortable to share information and they trust in you, you will have them locked in for the rest of the game. And that's what Chelsea did for MJ. Chelsea gave MJ a home. And the only reason she did that was because MJ started to feel the heat too. Right after Cedric and Brooklyn, those weeks happened, she saw that MJ was out there. She was a number. She grabbed her and sucked her in. And MJ has been nothing but loyal to Chelsea ever since. Ever since. Give those people a home because it will pay back to you in the end. Gave the bird a nest. I like that. She gave the bird a nest and she was happy. And she did not fly away. Cam. Oh my goodness, Cam. Now he's just switching things back and forth. Oh my God. Oh, Cam. Oh, Cam. Oh my goodness, buddy. There's so many wrong. And he's just switching ones that don't need to be switched. Oh, Cam. He switched all of them right except for Leah. He had all of them right except for Leah. Oh. And that was one he had right and then switched. Cam's walking. He's walking. He's just like chilling. He's like, he's barely going. Bro, you were a D1 wide receiver. What are we doing here? Like, I understand if you got fucking... Sorry, I dropped an F1 there, but come on, man. Like, I understand if you got bricks for hands, but, like, you gotta have some... I know you were running laps. I know what they do over at Penn State. They don't let you slide. Like, how do you not have cardio? You got 6-pack abs, man. What are we doing? Was being the operative word. Oh, man. I don't get it. Cam talking about building his resume. What resume does he need to build? He hasn't done anything. Wait, what was your favorite Zingbot? Ooh, Angela's was brutal. I like the song for Angela. Chelsea's was really like, that was a gut shot. Like they really like right when she's in the middle of like all of her like Cam MJ drama, they're like, you don't have a chance. That one was brutal. Oh, Rubina's not doing well either. Cam is Cerie's son she didn't want to play the game with. I think Cam would have been better than Jared. Cam might have been a better asset. Cam is this season Bowie Jane. Oh no, Cam, how did your game change for the better when you joined the Mafia? Cam doesn't have a brain for playing football. Man, it's like, I don't know what happened. At least, like, how is he like getting that exhausted so quickly? Is it like, do you never do cardio, bro? Like, do you just not eat carbs and don't do cardio? Is that like your thing? Like, I don't know. Oh. But BT, that's true. At least Bowie Jane had 3 HOHs. Oh. Though don't forget, shout out to all the dogs in the crib. Yes, Sharon. Is it Little League football, Norma? Not the Pee-wees. When Cam played football, it was when he was on the Pee-wee team against the mascots. It was the mascots versus the Pee-wees. And he got blown over by a giant cowboy. Just a full-on stiff arm to Cam. I believe Cam is unintentionally the Dr. Will of the season. And put the respect on Bowie Jane's name. All the dogs in the crib are in the nursing home. What did Chelsea say about Joseph? I missed it. She's in the middle of her run now. She's doing the Rubina comic. Did you get it? No, she still won off. I want to hear his speech. He said on live feeds his back was bothering him. It's like, I wonder like why it was bothering him, right? Like, is that like an old injury he has or something? But it's like, man, it seems like all the things that you would think he'd be really good at, he's just not. It's like, what are we doing? FBJ played for second and couldn't even get that. Playing for second is the meta, right? Like, honestly, your chances of winning are always so low. Just make sure you get into the final 2 chairs, right? So if you can play for second as that person that's like, yeah, everybody's going to beat me, why not? Why not take them? Bowie Jane couldn't even get that. Which player from this season do you think will make All-Stars? Ooh. There's a few that could. I think you got to lock in Tucker. Tucker, if they ever do another All-Star season, he is a lock. Like, far and away a lock. One of the things, and like, I don't want to take too much away from him because he was a factor, right? It wasn't like it was not noticeable, but there was a little bit of a narrative where people were like, 68% of the viewers stopped watching when Tucker went away. No, like, that's not what happened. They were trying to compare like the Thursday episode to the Sunday episode, which always has a huge drop off. Everybody watches the Thursday episodes. Not that many people watch the Sundays or the Wednesdays ones. Though actually, funny enough, Big Brother, the 3 days it was on this entire season, was winning 2 out of 3 nights consistently. They were the top rated show their night in their time slot. The only time they didn't was when they went against America's Got Talent. But they also kept the same viewership numbers, right? So it wasn't like they went from like 3,000 to 1,000 and then, or 3 million to 1 million, and then 3 million people went over and watched America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent would get like 4 million viewers, and BB would still get the same 3 million viewers. So they weren't losing viewers to another show or anything like that. So overall, the ratings were actually pretty good. And I know like some people go, 3 million, that's not enough. In today's TV world, yes, it is enough. That is 100% of what people are getting for the ratings nowadays. The regular TV ratings don't matter as much because so many people watch on tape delay and stuff like that. But it's also why I think Big Brother is so important to Paramount going forward. And I think the new people see it. I think the new like owners, I think they already get the idea that, hey, Big Brother is live, so people are watching it in the moment. Whereas like with Survivor, you can wait till the whole season's done and just binge the whole thing, right? And there's a lot of people that do that. Do people also watch Survivor live? Absolutely, right? But more people, I think, watch on delay with Survivor, and they'll skip like commercials and things like that. Whereas with Big Brother, having that live episode on Thursdays, people are there. You can't skip through these commercials. Like, yeah, we're just talking through them. Like, we're not even paying attention, but they gotta play. We can't get through this without watching these commercials, right? Whereas Survivor, if I'm watching it after the fact, half the time there's not even commercials in it. Right? Like, so it's, for me, live programming of any kind is the future of television. It's why I think I saw Stin say something about the NFL messing up ratings, which, yes, they absolutely do on Sundays when the show changes around and stuff like that. But if you look at who's getting big money deals right now in television, it's sports, wrestling. Like the WWE just got a huge deal with Netflix. AEW just signed a huge deal with HBO Max and like Warner Brothers. So like those are the things that are getting like the big money deals at the moment. And I think Big Brother can fit into that category because of the live aspect it has with it. Now, whether or not the new owners actually see that or not, I don't know. This is just me going like, I think they do. I hope they do. All right, the episode's back. I'll give you guys a little sync up here as we find out the winner of the veto.
Not feeling too great about how I did, but I just gotta hope Kimo and Rubina did a lot worse.
UFC, Sharon, yeah, huge.
So come on, Mackenzie and Chelsea. Hopefully y'all win this thing.
Let's see the top 3 players in no particular.
We'll show it as it comes up on here. Oh, they were all shocked. Kimo, Chelsea, and MJ, the top 3. Kimo was like, what do you mean I'm the top 3? What do you mean? Right? Like, come on, Cam. What are we doing here? How do you let Kimo beat you? They're already giving him hell. They're already talking about him not being in the top 3. They just gave a what the F cam, a full-on censored what the F cam from MJ in the diary room. Kimo in 3rd. That's a good question, bro. What was Cam's score? Like, how bad was it? How bad was it that you're not even top 3? Like, that's bad. All right, here we go. The reveal. We already know. But the people who just watched the episodes. Okay, stop dragging it. They are really dragging this episode out, man. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, they are dragging this episode. Time for second. It should be showing us here in just a second as they announce it.
13 minutes and 51 seconds.
So 13 minutes 51 was first place. And that was Mackenzie. Okay. Doesn't look like they're telling us second place. But if I had to guess, probably somewhere around like 20 minutes, at least. I think MJ full on crushed it. There was the other one. What was the other one that was timed? It might have even been BB Comics where they thought MJ did like 9 minutes. Everybody else did like 30 minutes. Or is that one of the other comps that she just won? I think there was another one where MJ literally did it in like 10 minutes. Where like everyone else in the house, it was like 30, 40 minutes. They all pretty much timed out. Like it was like there wasn't even close. Ooh, good question. What was Jag's time last year? I think it was single digits. For some reason, I feel like he got like something crazy, like 6 minutes or something. I wonder if I can find that real quick. BB Comics. BB25. Looking on the wiki to see if they have times. It doesn't look like the wiki has times. The wiki should have times. Big Brother Wiki, if you're watching, you should put times on here. That's what we need. You got a gallery of all the comics, which is wonderful. That's actually really cool. But we need times. They're still giving Cam a hard time. I think Jags was like 7 minutes. That's kind of where I think I'm thinking too. I think it was like single digits. I think he did like really well. Rubina beat Cam in the comp. She must feel stunned. MJ won Veto. We already knew that going into it, but yeah, MJ was the winner. And they're freaking out. They're like, how could it take him this long? Carrying him the whole game. They literally for like 2 days straight here just go at Cam for how terrible he did. Cam more like Sham. I think Jag did around 9 minutes, fastest ever. It was really fast. I know that for sure. He would have won this one, right? Which is also why it's like, guys, what are, like, people tried to be like, oh, Cam's wins shouldn't count because he was playing against a grandma. Well, first of all, he made it so he was playing against a grandma, right? Second of all, his times were still better than like anyone else, right? It wasn't like, oh, he was barely beating them, right? Like he got 20 minutes and they got half an hour. Like the dude was crushing it. Some people say Jag got 8 minutes by my search. All right, there we go, right? So like we're all kind of around the same, right? We were all thinking it was single digits, somewhere around 7, 8, 9 minutes, right? He was playing this season, he crushes it, right? Right? Just because he was playing against grandmas doesn't necessarily mean he wasn't good at comps, right? Like there were good competition players in there. It's just a weird thing where people have this idea with comps where like, and also I still think most of the comps are very similar this year, right? There was like a few that they like changed up. Like they didn't have that one where you got to run from like room to room, right? But that also would have been like right around now. And I think they did a better job of making it so there wasn't like a lot of endurance that was needed, right? Where it's like every competition was like, oh, who's the fastest to run over there and get their puzzle pieces and put it together or whatever, right? But just in comparison, right? Even if it wasn't a grandma that he was facing, he still probably wins it, right? Like, it's not even like it wasn't that he wasn't going to win these competitions. And he was also winning ones that didn't need that kind of a thing. What was like the final four HOH or Veto? It was like the thing where you had to roll a ball up a ramp, right? Like, that is a very fair comp. Anybody could win. Did they win it? No. Did Jag still win it, or Matt? I forget which one. But did one of them win it? Yes. Would they probably have won it against anybody else in any other season? Probably. So it shouldn't really take away. Shouldn't take away anything. Grandma. Let's see. He took breaks. America was 10 minutes. Yeah, right? So it's like America would have won this one too, right? It just so happened that Jag was really good at comps, right? Like, they had their shots to take them out, but they never did it. Let's see. Yes, Jory House segment coming. I'm looking forward to that. Really looking for that. Time was 8 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So it's like he crushed it. It's not even like you could be like, oh, well, if he was playing against somebody else, it's like, nah. The comp piece this season, MJ, she would have lost, right? It's not like he wasn't just dominating. Comps don't matter. It sounds like bitter people saying the Lakers bubble chip doesn't count. I think even LeBron thinks it doesn't count, but it counts, right? You won. How long did Cam take? Just joined. It was so long. It was like half an hour, maybe. Yeah, no slip and slide this season, which isn't a first. There's been seasons they haven't done it. I think he timed out. Let's see where we at. I missed where we are. Cam didn't want to work for the money. Get the girls to do it for him. Sadly, they do. Cam lost them all. His only win was a launcher comp, and Tucker missed completely. That's true, Xander. Right? Like, his only win was because of somebody else's loss. Jag is a good competitor, not a good player. And I think, well, here's the other thing, Richie. One of my things about Jag was I feel like he learned to play by having it done to him, right? He didn't realize like what he really was doing until about halfway through. He was like, oh, wait, I can just lie. And then he did, right? And he took it and he ran with it. I think he's one of the best players to have flipped his game around and learned on the fly as he was doing it. But yeah, good player, not to start for sure. Not to start for sure. By the end, I think he actually was a good player. Cam took more than 30 minutes. Cam took bathroom breaks. Oh, man. Send Cam home. COVID championships don't count. Cam should win BB just for the worst player ever. It's Minutemen time. Julie, welcome us back.
Is always memorable, but Cam's performance was anything but.
More ragging on how Cam did terrible. This is just gonna be the bash Cam show. That's what we're getting. Cam's clock is still going. They didn't know his time yet. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. A Felicia versus Angela fight. Those are another two. We were talking about all-stars. I feel like you gotta have at least Felicia or Angela. One of the two. If not both. Honestly, I think you need both. I think both need to be on there. Yeah, where is Jory? That's what we want. We don't want none of this Chelsea talking to the fish about how poorly Cam's doing. The fish don't care, and we don't care either. They lost Angela. They need a new punching bag. I'm thinking your Nightbot looks like janky. Listen, my Nightbot is janky. We also have Botrix in here, and they have arguments back and forth. Sometimes Nightbot likes to like take over things and become a little sentient, so he is kind of like janky. It's almost like having Janky and Ainsley in chat at once. But they do have a bunch of commands if you want to do things like exclamation socials. You can find all the links to all different kinds of stuff. You can join the channel. You can do the Ori Fund, all kinds of things. But if you want to help support the channel, biggest thing is just hitting that like button. If you're having a good time on this stream, smash that like button. As hot as Cam is, he needs to go tonight. Oh. I'll be upset if he stays. He's just coasting. He is. Though, I will say he has been a bit of a catalyst in changes over the past 24 hours. I can give Cam that. Here's the one thing about Chelsea too with this. She did a really good job with this whole situation of letting Cam know he needs to step it up, but also that MJ is the one who's pushing this idea that he's pretty terrible and he might even need to go. Like, she full on let him know, like, you almost went up, buddy. Like, you almost went up. Yeah, right there. She considered it. At least he owns it. At least he just is like, listen, I'm just bad, right? Like, these comps are hard. I'm not throwing. I'm just terrible at the competitions. Aren't Final Four HOHs always live quizzes? Trying to think if they're always live quizzes. I can't remember. Hopefully. That'd be nice if we got that. But with the pace we're going, we still need to do the veto ceremony. We still need to do jury house segment. We still need to do the vote. There might be time. There might be time for an HOH. He's explaining the yips to them. Oh my god. Oh, he has to explain the yips to them. What would Ori's comic book look like? Ooh, that's a good question. What would my comic book look like? I don't know. I think the chat would have to answer that one. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of what you would say. Oh, 100%. All of this could have been done in an hour. All of this could have been done in an hour. We didn't need all this. Oops, I lost my place again. That's Ori. His alliance of 15K. Just an army of alliance. Oh, that actually would be kind of cool. Now that just like 15,000 people behind me in my comic. That'd be kind of sick, right? That'd be kind of cool. Ori's comic be like Ori, the Secret Alliance instigator. Yo, that would actually be kind of cool. Just like thousands of like cloaked figures behind me, all like my Secret Alliance members. Yo, okay, we're cooking here, guys. This sounds awesome. I might have to cook up some AI stuff. We might have to get the AI rolling. See if we could do that. We're heading to our next commercial break here. This could have been done in 40 minutes with 30 devoted to Cam's run. Someone should create Ori's comic that is good at drawing and send it to him in an email. Yo, if somebody does, let me know. With some Oreos. Cam was lazy and just depends on the girls to save him. He didn't even try. He says he's not throwing. He says he's trying. But man, he's pretty bad. Right? We need the jury. We need the jury vote. Or we'll have to fill 2 hours. There is nothing else to show. How are they going to fill the next hour? I don't know. He's taking all the 15K of us to the final 2. 100%. 100%. Feeding Ori after midnight, he becomes Ernie. He becomes Eerie. Oh, he becomes Eerie. The deal maker. Yeah, no jury house yet, right? I'm waiting for the jury house. That's what I'm most excited about tonight, other than the vote, obviously. Is what's going to happen in the jury house. Let's see. All of them have been terrible comps. 100%. They've all been terrible. Honestly, I watched Cam's entire unedited comic run. Cam says the games are harder than they look. What a weirdo. I think he's just being honest. I think he's just really bad at these comps. And he's like, guys, listen, I'm not throwing. I'm just terrible. Heard Cody's hosting the roundtable this year. I haven't heard anything official, but I've heard Cody's name thrown out there. Obviously, I've put my full support behind Daniel Reyes. But there's a ton of good ones. Honestly, I wouldn't mind either if they just kind of switched it up every year, right? Somebody new. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, I want somebody good, right? Like I need somebody who knows what they're talking about. You know? I don't want anybody in there who like just doesn't get the game, right? Who's thinking people over profits kind of stuff, right? Like I want somebody who's thinking profits over people. That's the mindset of the jury host that I want. But if we're being honest, doesn't really matter that much anyway. Probably not. Ori's comic would be something like Alliance Adulterer. Because he's got a final 2 with all of us. Shh. Hold on, guys. You're blowing up my game with my comic. You can't have production blow up my game with my comic. This doesn't seem fair. This doesn't seem fair. Maybe they couldn't get a host on a relatively short notice. Maybe. We need Dan to host. Dan would be good. Oh, hold on. I saw one. Ori's comic idea. 1,000 Alliance leagues thrown under the bus. I like that. No Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell could do it, right? Why not? Why not? Victoria from BB16 has more wins than Cam. My goodness, Gio. That is a stat. That's a stat right there. That is an absolute stat. Cody doesn't even watch live feeds. Casual Cody. Listen, I kind of like Cody. I always thought Cody was pretty good. They do you know, some cool stuff over on the Winner Circle. I think they could do more. You know, I think you know, hey, Cody, if you're listening, you know, if you wanna maybe do a little chat, you know, maybe we just work something out. You got some connections I don't got. I got some stuff that I think I bring to the table that you don't got, you know. I'm just saying, Derek Cody, you're looking for a guy, you know. But I don't want to see. Here's the problem. I don't want to have to work for Derek, because if you're working for Derek, you got to tell me if you're working for Derek, and I don't know if I can work for Derek. That could be a deal breaker. Oh. We're getting to the veto ceremony here, finally. Brittany would be a great host, but not a winner. I agree, Brittany would be great. But I do think you do also need a winner, right? Like, I feel like winning should be part of it. But then also, here's the problem. If you do that winning's part of it, could you imagine if we get Josh as the jury roundtable host? Listen up, you meatballs. We gotta find out who the winner is. Just bring pots and pans to the jury roundtable. Oh, that would be bad. It would be so bad. No, Josh. Josh, the best BB winner of all time, internationally, of all reality TV ever, actually. Josh has been busy on the challenge. You know what I'll say too? I like Josh on the challenge more than I ever liked him on Big Brother. And I feel like he's still like the same Josh, right? But he's a little bit more mature. And I kind of love it. MJ will look better with the jury if she cut Cam. Chelsea ran both of her HOHs. That's true. I do feel bad for MJ when she sees how she's played. That's the thing too, right? Like, here's the thing about MJ. She's done a great job of getting herself to where she is now. The issue is she is 100% kind of fooled by Chelsea. But to be fair, Chelsea's had pretty much everyone fooled, right? Like, anybody who got fooled by her shouldn't feel too bad, because almost everybody in that house at one point thought Chelsea was their like number one, always looking out for them kind of person. And then they walked out the door. Josh is somewhat notorious for not being able to win anything on the challenge. That is 100% true. But he's fun on the challenge. I don't know if it's just because I need that chaos over there or what, but it definitely leads to some fun stuff. Like, this season, they're supposed to like volunteer to like be a target, and when it was Josh's turn to volunteer, he just like zoop. He's like, I ain't saying nothing, man. Like, why am I going to volunteer? CT's over. You're telling me I'm going to have to fight CT? I ain't volunteering this week. And I thought that was fantastic, because only Josh does that, right? Like, everybody else was like on board with the volunteering stuff, and I agree, Xander. Volunteering is dumb, but Josh was just like, I mean, the girl who's picking likes me. She's not gonna say my name. I'm not gonna say nothing. Are we getting the jury house finally here? Are we done? All right, we're going to commercial, I think, and then we're getting jury house. All right, we're heading to our next commercial. When we come back, we'll get the jury house, and then I think we're getting into the vote. And we're finally moving along here. I hope it's a nice long jury segment. This is like the one time where I'm like, yeah, give us like a half hour with the jury here. I don't care. You know? Like, give us time. I wanna hear them out. Probably gonna show 2 minutes of the jury. The jury house segment can be misleading. 100% Tustin, right? You can't just go off of what the jury is actually saying in the jury house all the time. It's 100% edited, and they try and make you think that, oh, maybe somebody has more shots than others. But it is overall nice to kind of hear some of the things that they're thinking about, and at least some of the reactions too. I always like that, seeing like who comes in next, and when they react to who walked through. Like Quinn's gonna freak out when he sees T-Core. That reaction, I'm waiting for. That is going to be wild. Quinn's going to be like, are you kidding me? When Leah walks in, that's going to be a good reaction. When Angela walks in, that's going to, like, each one of these are going to be good reactions for all the people who are in the jury house. So I'm excited to see how that's going to go. You're a BB. I am not. So here's a thing, right? And I want to be very clear about this. Very clear. I don't think there's anyone who is an expert, right? We can all know, like, yeah, there's people who have played this game really well, right? Even them, I wouldn't necessarily call an expert. I don't think there's anybody who can, like, claim to know this game in and out and fully be able to just run things anytime they're in there. So much of it is dependent on luck and who you're in there with and reacting to moments. And I just think in general, you can't just be like, oh, I know how the game works. I've seen it a lot and gonna go play well. We may have seen that on Survivor just last night. And I think it's one of those things where once you're in that house, it's a completely different ball game, right? It's why I've always been a big advocate of, like, listen, I got my thoughts, but I actually kind of like when you guys disagree with me, because then we can actually have a conversation about things. And I don't feel like, because a lot of times too, I'll have a thought and I'll be like, that's crazy, Ori. Like, that's not, it's not a good idea. But then, like, I gotta, like, think it through, right? It's like, maybe this could actually work. And in the right situation, sure, maybe that crazy idea I would have to flip the vote or something would work. But there's just as likely a chance I would try that in the house and it would backfire and I'd be sent out first, right? Like, that is just how these games are. So yeah, I just think, I always think it's funny when people are like, oh, so-and-so knows the game so well, they would do great. It's like, I mean, would we? Would we? I actually think I've been very clear too before. Anytime somebody's asked how I would do on Big Brother, I'd be like, oh, I'd crush it. Probably be the second person voted out, but I'd make them remember me. I'd hate BB. I can't keep up with the days to save my life. That would be something I would have to focus on a lot too. When I was younger, like back in the day, I used to be able to remember everything, like what day, who nominated who won veto, all that stuff, what the comp was. Nowadays, it's harder for me to remember that stuff. I think I'm gonna have dementia in a few years. I think it's already started. The memory has not been great. It is not. We had Joy coming on in, hitting that sub button. Joy, thank you so much. You might not have known this, but when you hit that subscribe button, we now have a secret alliance. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. We're coming back here. Give you a little sync up before we get into the jury house.
One by one, the jurors arrived to join Quinn at the jury house. And it turns out that news of Janky World and a double eviction isn't the most surprising thing he learns.
Oh. What else is he gonna learn? He's just been playing soccer the whole time, just doing some ball dribbles. Oh, here comes T-Core. He's like, I thought you were gonna win. Oh, because yeah, Quinn doesn't know anything about Janky World. That's right. We got the R2D2. The R2D2 came out. That's right. He doesn't know anything about Leah winning HOH or any of that. And that was all right after he got evicted. My God, and Angelo and Veto. Honestly, when you go back and you think of all the stuff that happened this season, and it was literally almost like what the most fun, chaotic thing always happened every week, right? Like, last week was the first time like the least fun, exciting things happened. Otherwise, every week was always like, what would be the craziest thing that could happen this week? And then it would happen. T-Core's loving Chelsea, of course, but she loved her in the house. All right, now it's time for the double evictees. Oh, they're expecting Angela. But we know it's Leah. T-Core wants Leah. Out of pettiness. Oh, my God. Big Leah fan. Officer, take me away, he says. Oh, my. Come on, where's Angela? Where's Angela? Bring her on in.
Hello, houseguest.
There's Angela coming on into the jury house.
My eviction did not come as a surprise.
Shaking her. Careful with Leah. You don't want to break Leah. Oh, Angela, very anti-Chelsea. Very anti-Chelsea. Poor Janky. Can we give Big Brother some credit? We kind of hated Janky, and then they killed him, and we loved Janky. You know what? The closest comparison is what the Flyers did when they announced Gritty, the new mascot. In Philadelphia, we hated him. We were like, what the hell is this Gritty guy? And then everybody started making fun of Gritty, and we were like, that's our Gritty. I feel like we all love Janky now, right? Did we all feel bad when Janky died? I know I did. I felt bad. I like Janky. Pointing out the MJ comp beast, saying Tucker who? Leah definitely seems to be pulling for MJ, even though she took her out. Angela's like, Leah and Quinn can't have a thing for each other. And Quinn's like, oh, that's crazy, huh? Can't believe that.
On Quinn was never so ridiculous to me.
Angela's more stunned by this.
I know.
Crush me, Leah. Crush me. This might be the biggest twist of the season.
Oh my God, Angela. Oh. Angela's just going in on Quinn. Oh man, she is stunned. She is stunned. Oh man. I think Tikor hates everyone on that couch. She might. I think she does. Also, guys, I cannot believe how that HOH tiebreaker went. Angela going and putting like freaking 2 weeks as her guess, and then Chelsea putting like 30 minutes or whatever for her guess. Like, we're trying to get how many minutes are in a week, not your lunch break and not, you know, your 2-week vacation. If Angela just would have underestimated, she would be HOH. But instead, she added on like a whole nother week of time. And it was like, Angela, what are we doing? You played The Price is Right. You should know these rules. In fact, Angela was closer to the answer than Chelsea was. She just went over. They're all going Chelsea. Angela's pretty anti-Chelsea. Oh. Very interesting jury dynamics. I feel like it's not too different than what we all kind of assumed. Surprise from the outside world, huh? Oh, you know what? They might do messages. They might do messages from home, or like they might do like the headline stuff. Either way, it could be fun. That takes us to our next commercial break. How are we looking for time? There's still a lot. I think they're going to do, either some messages from home, maybe some like headline things. Like, you know how like sometimes they'll tell them like news stuff. They might mention like some of the stuff from the presidential race. That could be a thing. What else? They're going to need to have some chats here with them because there's time to waste. We have the vote. Potentially, we could get a live HOH. With how much time is left, we could actually see a live HOH for Final Four here. But I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. Just want this season to end. Here's the thing. I had so much fun with this season. A couple of things happen. One, like I've found that the last few seasons I've enjoyed a lot more just in general because of everything that goes on with this channel. Like you guys watching the episodes, catching up every morning on what's been going on. It has made my enjoyment of Big Brother seasons go back to what it used to be. When like I was just a little guy, right? Like just talking about theories and how things are working out. It has really brought back a love for the game that I kind of always had, but it's brought back that joy of the season. It's also just been pretty good seasons the past few years, right? Like Last season, even though it was so long, I think overall BB25 was a good season, especially the first half of it was wild. Maybe one of the craziest pre-jury seasons that we had until this year, right? Like this year's pre-jury was even nuttier. So yeah, I think overall, like the past few seasons have been really good. But this season is wrapping up, and I'm happy that it's wrapping up. But it has been such a wild ride, and honestly felt quick. Especially, I guess, when you compare it to last year, like we would still be going. I was wearing a Halloween costume. I did a whole update where it was Halloween. We did an entire live feed update in costume. Like last season was long. So I guess that also, you know, adds to feeling quicker. But yeah, it feels like the season flew by, but at the same time, I'm ready for it to wrap up. Speaking of, real quick, while we're still in a commercial break before we come back, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video. If you're having a good time in this stream, smash that like button. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that what we're doing here is a good time. You can hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. We'll be live tomorrow morning as well. Every morning we do live feed updates here, but Fridays we go live and we jump into the chat afterwards. So it's always a good time. You're not going to want to miss that. Check out the links to all my socials. They're in the description, but if you do exclamation socials in the chat, all of them will come up as well. You can find things for Twitter and Discord. Great place to hang out, get all the info about when videos and streams are going live, but especially hanging out. Great community over there. We're back.
Away from the outside world and their loved ones for 80 days now. It's time to surprise them with some words of encouragement from those who know them best.
Oh, some messages from home. Oh my God, they're singing.
The best part of BB, we love you, Julie.
Okay, they made a whole song. They made a whole song for Julie. Kimo? Listen, guys, Kimo has written like an entire album in this house. I think Cam was like co-writer on some of the songs, but they've literally written an entire album. Like they have a full catalog of songs. What a musical season. Who do we got coming on in here? Fudgy Lynn? Is that how you say that? Fudgy Lynn hitting that sub button. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. We now have a secret alliance. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Is this the Partridge Family? Where's Danny Bonaducci? Oh, they're freaking out from the family visits. MJ's losing it. Oh, look at Rubina's mom and dad. Oh, dad and sister. I thought that was her mom. I was like, man, Rubina's mom. Looking good.
Possibilities have become reality in you. Let's go and mabuhay.
We need Rubina's dad. Rubina's dad needs to be on a season. Can we get Rubina's dad for BB27? This guy, this is the coolest looking dude in the world. Look at him with the aviators. We need this guy on the show. Oh, Mackenzie's family.
Keep staying strong, keep winning, keep being you. I love you.
Hey, Kens. Love and miss you so much. Can't wait to see you soon.
Hey, Munchkin. It's been a long time.
She is very close to her family.
You're playing really well. Keep your head straight. Play tough. Win those comps. We love you a little bit. Bring it home, man.
Kimo.
Oh, there's Kimo and his family, his mom and his brother.
So just know that we always loved you. We always have. We always will, no matter what, bro. Okay? This is coming from.
Gotta be careful how much I show. They're all very emotional. What a thing to do to them right before they gotta vote somebody out, and right before they gotta do HOH, or even BB27. Oh, is this Cam's dad?
Just wanted to let you know how proud we are of you and the fact that you figured out how to chase the joys in life, all while staying true to your authentic self. King of the jungle, baby.
Come on, Slim.
Ooh. Oh, is this Chelsea's?
Hey, Chelsea. It's your family here, including Junior. We love you. Keep doing your thing. You're playing well.
Yo, Chelsea looks just like her dad.
Big cash.
Chelsea, Chelsea is like the spitting image of her dad.
All right.
Like, you put a mustache on Chelsea. That's her dad. That is. Oh, the camera just fell. I wanted to see the dogs in the crib. Oh, man. And now we send another player to the jury house for the damned. Oh. There was a dog at the crib. Not Cam's crib, but Chelsea's crib. The dogs at the crib better be there at finale night. 100%. Looks like Terrence. I wonder if he's got a crock pot recipe. Can you please give a shout out to Mason? Mason! What's up, Mason? How you doing, buddy? Chelsea was indeed the only one with a dog at the crib. Oh, too funny. Too funny. Oh, Cam says his dad is his dog. So maybe when he's talking to the dogs in the crib, maybe he's just talking to him about his dad. Julian sent Cam up here for disaster. She's like, who's the oldest person watching then? He's like, I don't know, my stepmom maybe? Rubina just wanted to see her dog. Yo, if they would have got Tucker, could you imagine Rubina's face if it's her dad, her sister, and then Tucker and Izzy coming? She would have lost it. It would have been cruel if those were AI messages. Oh my, they missed out. Oh my God. They missed out on one of the most amazing opportunities they've ever had in Big Brother history. Be like, you're going to get goodbye messages or family messages from home, but they're AI. Imagine if it's just an AI message from like your dad. Oh my God. That would have been so funny to watch them be like so like happy but sad at the same time. Then you spring the real messages on them. That's what they should have done. Oh, okay. Even better. Even better. What they should have done is done this earlier in the season and have it be where the messages are part of a competition. So you see the family messages as AI. Everybody loses their mind. If you win a competition, you get real messages from your family. If you lose, you don't get it. So like half the house gets messages from their family, the other house doesn't, and then they're bitter at the other half for having messages. Listen, guys, it's not hard to produce this game. You just need to have a little bit of critical thinking, and you can come up with some really good stuff. You can come up with some great stuff that will bring drama. Oh, we need to worry on the show so we can make fun of them. Jessica! Jessica! Not root me on. Make fun? Make fun? Yeah, that was her sister. I thought it was her mom at first. I was like, dang, her mom looking good. But yeah, it was her sister. Because they looked just like her. I was like, yo, is that her mom? But yeah, no, it was her sister. Oh, it was good messages. It was good messages. I heard Tucker's already been seeing other people. That's not what I had heard. Because every time, look, I don't pay that much attention. But everything I've seen from Tucker has been Tucker like talking about how awesome he and how much he loves Rubina. Those are the only things I've been seeing about Tucker, is just all like constantly Rubina stuff about him like cheering her on. So I don't know what's been, like I said, I haven't paid too much attention. But yeah, T-Gold, that's the vibe I had gotten, that Tucker's head over heels for her. Tucker's playing the showman's game. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't follow him either, but like people will post stuff, right? They'll like retweet things or something, or take like a thing from his like Instagram story or something and post it. So everything I saw always seemed like he was talking about Rubina. But again, listen, this is a showman's we're talking about. Things are different in the real world, right? Like there's just other factors that get involved. That said, you do form really deep bonds with people when you're in that house, because you're in there 24/7 with them, right? So yeah, we'll see. You know, best of luck to them if that's what they want to do. Same here. He wants to be with Rubina, usually, especially if they're doing it live again. He's from New York. Yeah, same Ori. Oh, I missed it. Tucker still says he loves Rubina. You can tell he's a player and got a lot of female friends out there. So I think also one of the things that really kind of shaped Tucker, and this was a really like interesting thing I found out like later, I saw like this other interview he gave. It had nothing to do with Big Brother. Somebody just kind of forwarded it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of just a cool thing of learning about Tucker and like how he grew up. Both of his dads are gay, so he spent a lot of time like around the gay community. So like I feel like he just has this like vibe that, you know, guys who have spent a lot of time around LGBTQ people have just like a little bit, I don't know, an easier time dealing not just with people who follow into that category, but I think just people in general. People who are also been raised mainly by women. Again, I kind of put myself in this category because I was raised by my mom and my grandmother. It was two moms pretty much raising me. So I always feel like people who have had a little bit more of that like feminine side in their upbringing have a little bit of an easier time dealing with just people in general. And again, there is a little bit of like self-biasness. But I think that was something that helped with Tucker, and maybe it's why you get a little bit of player vibes from him. Because I don't know if he's necessarily a player. I just think he gets along well with everybody. That's the vibe I get from Tucker. He's just very adaptable and comfortable in all kinds of situations where some other guys that would be similar to Tucker wouldn't fit into those situations very well. If that makes sense. Rubina's mom passed away. She talked about how she was in a skilled nursing facility for several years due to a stroke. Oh, that's terrible. Bad for Rubina. But at least her dad was cheering her on there. Her sister was cheering her on there too. That had to be great for her to see. I'm sure her mom would be proud of her for what she's done in there. Her mom would probably love Tucker. He needs to chill talking about Rubina in social media. He's trying a little too hard. I think that's the thing, Mary. I think he's head over heels. I think he really misses her now that he's out of the house. And the fact that he gets to see her, but she can't see him anymore. If that makes sense. I feel like that's a hard thing. Do you know if Chelsea had added another 0? It had been a perfect score. Would it really have, Rama? I didn't know that. I did not know that. He's just casually watching his his girlfriend. He's just casually watching. That's all. Think Kimo's going to go? Well, that's the thing. Originally, it was going to be Kimo. It was. But things in the past like 24 hours have all flipped. And a big part of why it's flipped has actually been Cam. Chelsea's also doing a great job, though, of spreading out the dissent, right, with everybody else except with her, right? She's making sure that Cam and Mackenzie are button heads. She's making sure that Rubina and Cam are kind of button heads. She's making sure that Kimo and Cam are a little bit button heads. She's just making sure everybody is against each other and not against her. And she's done a hell of a job with it. My big brother just went off air, says currently unavailable. Oh no, Rhonda. We haven't gotten to the vote just yet. We're still on. I'll give you guys a little sync up too if you need to catch up.
That's why I see that as well.
Cam and Kimo are having their chat right now.
I think even if my game a lot.
Kimo's actually kind of right, you know, seeing us as a final two, I think my chances will be pretty good. Truth be told, I will take my social game over anybody's. And there's
I don't know about that, Cam. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, buddy. Listen, just be honest and say you're playing for second. It's fine. You get a check. If you're sitting in the final two chair, you get a check. So oh yeah, Cam's social game. I will say, right, for the most part, Cam did have a really good social game, but his social game was, hey, let's have fun and chill. That was his social game, right? Like, that's about it. Him, too many head injuries. Oh no, he needs the Guardian cap. That's what he needs. Cam isn't winning. It's not possible unless it's a super bitter jury. I kind of agree. I think what was it that I was looking at? I wanted to save like jury scenarios for final three, but we were talking about it earlier, and when we were like first like initially talking about it, I actually felt like his closest matchup might be Rubina or Cam or Kimo, but even then I think it's like pretty one-sided against Cam. Still discussing the vote here. The thing is, Richie, I think he's done for either way, right? Like, what would his big move be that he could make? Right? Is it getting rid of Chelsea? Even if he does that, who's he sitting up there next to? Is it MJ? I don't know if he can beat MJ. Ooh, Ori, what food would you request for the BB overlords if you were a house guest? Ooh, that's a good question. Super Christian Me World. Cam was boring with a capital snore. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Ooh, what kind of food would I want? That's a good question. I'd probably ask them to get some kind of Wawa food. Like, yo, if you could get some Wawa iced tea shipped out, like, I know I couldn't get a hoagie. Because that would be what I would really be like, yo, if I could get a Wawa hoagie right now. But like, if they got me some like the half and half iced tea, the lemonade iced tea, if they got me like a thing of that for my HOH fridge, I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else. Just get that shit overnighted. Get it to my room. And I'll be good. Other than that, I don't know. Wawa is goated 100% from across the country. You get me some Wawa iced tea and like some tasty cakes. I don't even like tasty cakes, but just the idea that I wouldn't be able to get the tasty cakes. I never buy a tasty cake, but if I'm across the country in the Big Brother house and I win HOH, it's like, yo, give me some tasty cakes in there. Let's get them in there. The iced tea. I love me some Wawa iced tea. It is the lemonade one. It's lemonade iced tea. It's half and half. So good. No Wawa in Texas. Oh no. Only people from around PA get how good Wawa is. It is a magical place. A magical place. Kimo's more of a threat to you, MJ. Wake up. I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. I had to settle for a Little Debbie cake. No Wawa in the Midwest either. Oh, no. Wawa coming to Kentucky next year? Yo, that's a win for Kentucky. That is a win for Kentucky. I know they have some down in Florida, and that's like the farthest I think they have them away. Kentucky would be the next farthest. Hoagie Fest is the best. Yo, you get those $4 hoagies. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Early 1900s? Is it really that long? Hey. What is a Wawa? That is a hard question to answer, El. It's a deli. It's a convenience store. It's a gas station. It's the place where magic is made. It is a heavenly place. It's like your all stop like place. Like it's got everything you could possibly want. So like a 7-Eleven, but not. Like 7-Eleven is to Waffle House what Wawa is to like maybe like an IHOP, right? Like where similar but different. The only issue is depending on where and what Wawa you go to, you might also end up in a brawl. So like it's not completely not like a Waffle House. It's not a Waffle House, but it also isn't a Waffle House. Buc-ee's. I think Buc-ee's might be a close example. Though I think Buc-ee's is even more extreme. Like Buc-ee's, I would say is like Wawa if it was a Walmart. If that makes sense. Right? Like it's not like they got like the store where you can get like Wawa shirts or something, though. I do have a Wawa shirt. But it's like Wawa is a Buc-ee's, but if they limited themselves. That's what Wawa is. I've only heard of Wawa because I heard a joke. So PT, that also was a thing in my high school. We were watching a Helen Keller movie. The problem was I had just transferred schools. Like it was my first day in a new school, and we have to watch the Helen Keller movie. And apparently the teacher had told them like not to laugh at the part where she talks about the water, because they're like, listen, it's going to sound like Wawa. You're going to laugh. Don't laugh. It's not supposed to be funny. This is my first day. I didn't get this memo. I was not informed of the situation. So that scene comes up and she's like, water, Helen, water. And Helen's got her hand under the water and she's like, wah, wah. And I was like, I want a hoagie. And I laughed. A couple of people around me laughed. Teacher was not laughing. Teacher, I was off on the wrong foot my first day. It didn't go over well. What has this episode done to us that we're talking about Wawa? How boring has this episode been that we forgot about the episode? And we're just talking about Wawa. Oh, Mary's like, we. What are you talking about, we? You. She's like, what's this we you're talking about here? I've heard you speak about Wawa for 15 minutes straight. This episode didn't need to be 2 hours, 100%. Yeah, just trust us that Wawa is goated. It is a commercial break. We're still waiting for it to come back. And then we'll have the vote. And there's only 15 minutes left in the episode. So I assume we'll vote. We'll see who gets evicted, and then that'll be it. They'll wrap it up. Oh, you sent me something on Discord? This is amazing. I'll have to share this. Next commercial break, I'm going to share this. Andy, this is amazing. All right, I'll give you guys a little sync up. We're back.
Veto. Now she's putting all her hope in her fellow house guests. Let's head to the living room and talk with the two nominees. Hello once again, house guests. It's that time. Time for the live vote and eviction.
Time for the vote. It's time for the vote. They're going to give their speeches here, and we'll get into the vote. This is amazing. It's like Andy, that is so good. That is so good.
Game with you all.
Kimo's speech here.
Lifelong dream. I'm not quite done living out this dream. I will always encourage you to do whatever is best for your game. And if I can fit in that picture and help be a benefit and an asset to your game as we're very, very near the end, then I kindly ask you consider keeping me in this game. I respect your decision.
Pretty standard. Pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. Started. Rubina and her speech.
Saying how humbled, grateful, and blessed I really feel to be here with y'all. No matter what happens, we're made it to the final five, and I'm so proud of all of us because only we know the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to be in this house. I just want to say that I'm not ready for my journey to end.
That's a good line.
I'd love the opportunity to continue to play with y'all. It is truly the experience of a lifetime and one of the craziest things I've ever done. And thank you for your consideration and keeping me. Rubina, your friendly neighborhood Filipina.
All right, that was a good line. I like it. I liked it. Nothing, groundbreaking as far as speeches go, but I enjoyed it. All right, come on. Let's get to the vote now, Julie. You don't need to explain to them anymore how to vote. They've been doing it now. They've been doing it now for like, what, 12 weeks? 13 weeks? I think they know how to vote. All right, Cam, coming in to vote first.
I vote to evict Kimo.
Thank you.
Kimo! Oh, it flipped again! It flipped again!
Will either seal Kimo's fate
or send the eviction decision. I did not expect that.
I sadly vote to evict Kimo.
I did not expect it to flip again. That's crazy. Okay. Kimo has been evicted. Kimo has been evicted just like that. With the way everything was flipping just earlier today, it seemed like, oh yeah, the flip song. Wait, can I pull that up? Or hold on. And then it would be here.
Flip, Philadelphia. Flip, Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
Philadelphia taking place live. Wow, yeah, I did not expect that. All right, let's fix up our board here, I guess. Kimo's saying his goodbyes. We'll catch a peek of him walking on out. There he goes. Kimo making his way on out to talk to Julie. Did not expect that. And Kimo goes gray. And with that, we'll fix up our final four here. Let's move these guys over like this. And boom, there we have it. Our board has been updated. Kimo has been evicted. We are down to our final four. MJ, Chelsea, Cam, Rubina. Yeah, I wonder what... I assume that Chelsea ended up flipping Cam is what happened. I think Cam was fully on board with wanting to keep Kimo, but she got him to flip. So that's going to be interesting to see. I want to see... I guess we'll find out on Sunday's episode how that kind of played out. Because we didn't get to... It had to happen like today. I'd rather be in a Wawa right now. Yeah, I mean, I think Cam has a chance against Rubina. It's a slim chance, but there's a chance. It's not a very strong one, that is for sure. But I think there's a chance. I want to hear Kimo's response on that. So Julie's question to him was about like where his game went wrong, and his response was mainly just being a trio and being so open and close that it was kind of obvious they were a trio. I would say his downfall in the game started when T-Core took out Tucker. Because Tucker was the shield for their trio. And as good as Tucker was, I don't believe Tucker wouldn't have eventually lost like around now, and they wouldn't have been able to take him out. I think he would have lost eventually. And the entire time he was there, even if he was winning, all of the other people would have been voted out. The final four would have been like Rubina, Kimo, Tucker, and T-Core by the end, right? Because he would have won everything. Well, so I don't want to go over too much of the jury scenarios yet. I want to wait till final three. But I don't think Cam ever had a chance to pull Kimo, right? Like when I look at the jury votes, I automatically assume Kimo, Rubina, and T-Core are all going to vote for each other no matter what, right? So like T-Core and Kimo are going to vote for Rubina. The only potential time they wouldn't do that is if it's Rubina versus Chelsea. I think T-Core and Kimo both might actually vote Chelsea over Rubina. Or maybe they'll go like, hey, one of us will give her a vote so she's not, she get like a little sympathy. But otherwise, I think when you look at Rubina, if she's in a final two, unless it's against Chelsea, she's got two locked in votes, right? The question starts to be, where do other people start evaluating Cam versus Rubina? And that's kind of why I also want to wait until final three, because there's so much that could happen, right? Like, the view that MJ has on Chelsea and Rubina could change by who wins the final four veto, right? Is it Cam that's sending MJ out, or is it Rubina sending MJ out? That can have a huge effect on how she feels once she's voting for the winner. So that's why I don't want to get too much into final three scenarios just yet and like jury situations. I want to wait until we know the final three for that, even though I know we have touched on it a little bit. How many final three have been all women? Trying to think now. Yeah, season 6 was. I was originally starting to just go by, all right, who were the final twos that were women, and like season 3, but what's his face was in the final 3 with them. Rachel and Jordan were, and then who was in the final 3 with them? That was a final 3 of women, right? BB13, I'm pretty sure. Because wasn't Portia, right? Was the final 3 with Portia? Yeah. It was with Portia. Yeah, the blonde. Yeah. So what? Has there been 2? Has there been 2 then? Is that what it is? Season 13? What was the other one? Season 6, right? Were there any others? Trying to think. I don't think so. Because, or no. I was gonna say 12. Right? Or is it 11? I was gonna say 11 because that was Jordan versus what's her face, but the other guy was final 3. I was like, no, we got another one, but no. Alice in season 4, but then who was the final 3 in season 4? Oh, Adam was? No. Really? Adam was 3rd? Adam was 3rd in that season? Get out of here. Oh my God. Nobody cares about the bacon, dude. Nobody cares. So yeah, there was June and Allison, but who was final 3 with them that year? That's the one I was like, wait, maybe it was that season, but I think there was a guy there. Yeah, Robert. I knew there was somebody else with them. That's why I didn't count that one. All right, so what? Is there only one? Is there only one that had happened then? Ori, tell me how Twitch and Kick work. I like it. What we do, putting in the comments. Are you live streaming? Yes. So Kick and Twitch are all live. So they're kind of like this, where there's like a chat that will be going, and we'll chat things up. We'll do some watch parties and stuff. There'll be some gaming stuff that happened too over there. But it's a good time. I find comfort in your voice and laugh. I love that, Norma. Thank you.
One of you
We're back
will be
again.
crowned the new head of household. One of you will win the final veto of the season, and one of you will be sent to the jury, leaving the final 3 to face off live on finale night. For now,
Yeah, it's late on Sunday.
Great night. Good night, house guest.
Good night,
Tune in.
So Sunday will be HOH. No episode on Wednesday again. Oh, they're showing Veto on Sunday? And then Thursday at 8, but they didn't mention it being 2 hours, so that's good. Jag? I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Just have the previous winner. But Jag? Jag? Listen, don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier, I actually think Jag is one of the best examples of somebody who learned on the fly. And by the end of his time was actually a good player. But Jag? Jag? Jag's gonna sing Chelsea's game? Who was Jag? Jag, I think you're being facetious, but Jag was the winner of BB25. Interesting. See, Ariel, I kind of liked his final speech. I kind of thought it was fun. With the blood on his hands and stuff. I was like, you know what, actually? I kind of like it. Thanks, Ori, for making this worth watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun tonight with that. That is the end of the episode. So will there be an HOH comp tonight? I believe so. It should take place tonight. It's not going to be on the episode. Should take place on the feeds at some point. But we'll have all of that for you tomorrow morning. We'll be here live for our live feed update. If you guys don't know and you are new here, every single day we do a live feed update giving you giving you everything you need to know about what happened on the live feeds yesterday. And on Fridays, we go live. So you get that same update that you normally get, but we go live afterwards. We jump into the chat just like we do are here. And we kind of have a good time talking about everything. We'll talk about, who won HOH, what things are looking like right now. Obviously, the big news for Final Four is going to be for the veto, but we'll chat all about that. We'll talk a little bit more about what we saw with the jury, because I want to kind of go into that a little bit deeper. And we'll definitely chat with everybody about what you guys are thinking. We'll also probably mention things like the challenge and Survivor. Traders Canada is going on as well. So we'll probably talk about that at some point during tomorrow's stream too. So make sure you come on out for that. Let me think here. Is there anything else? I just want to honestly thank all of you so much for the love and support you've shown me this season. Once again, it just makes... It not only, I think, from what I hear from a lot of you guys, it makes this season more fun for you, but it makes the season more fun for me. And I've been loving all these seasons. If you are new here, though, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, you made it all the way to the end of this stream, and you're having a good time, smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. It's the best way to not miss a video or a stream. Clicking that thumbs up, best way to support the channel, lets YouTube know what we're doing. Here's a good time. Check out the links to all my socials. Check out things like Twitter and Discord. Great place to keep track when videos and streams are going live. But Discord's a great community that we have going on there that's building, that's always talking about Big Brother, but other reality shows, sports, just lots of great stuff over there on Discord. So check that out as well. You can support me on the channel by becoming a member. You can check out the Ori Fund. There's Throne. But the easiest way is just hitting that thumbs up button. And I cannot thank you guys all enough for getting us to 15K. We got to do something special for it. And we will. I promise. But that's it for tonight. I will see you all tomorrow. We'll definitely fill you in on everything that goes down on the live feeds. Thank you guys all again so much. And I will see you tomorrow.
What you should be, but you should be. I've got it here in days when it would have taken you years. And I'm not ashamed of myself, but you should be, but you should be.